Bang bang to the gang, faithful boys in the building. Slim Gooded, P Warrior underscore Niner. This is the Tell the Truth Tuesday training camp edition. All things training camp dealing with the San Francisco 49ers. Gonna try to recap it up until today. Uh, P Warrior, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. Good to talk about these boys. 11 practices in, before the first preseason game on Friday. We just gonna tell the truth on based on what we done heard and saw with our own eyes, and kind of get the feel and the flow of what the training camp been like. For these first 11 practices going into 12. On tomorrow before they do the walkthrough on Thursday before the game on Friday. So as always, we want y'all to like, subscribe, and share the channel with everybody that y'all come into contact with. Thank y'all for rocking with us. And that's one of the little things we're gonna be rocking with for the for the show going forward. Tell the truth. We just gonna ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. We're just gonna be honest and as real as we can based off of what we see and what we think, and y'all chime in with y'all comments, and we'll definitely respond back to the comments as y'all watching the show. So, let's get it in, bro. Let's, start chopping it up.
Well, if we gonna tell the truth, bro, we know this season is gonna all really be all about Trey Lance, his ability to lead the team and or manage the team. Uh, and we gonna probably go as he goes to a certain degree. We know we got a strong defense, strong run game, but we know ultimately is one at the quarterback position. So let's talk about Trey Lance. We had some good reports out today. Say he was 13 to 17. He had a 65-yard touchdown run, 10-yard touchdown pass to Debo Samuel, which I think we both agree is real important for those two to get that camaraderie down. So let's talk about the reports we heard today. We can, uh, well, backtrack a little bit. We know they've been talking a lot about Trey Lance lately. We've been hearing different narratives. Lately, it's been the inaccuracy, how he's been struggling at practice. Now we know that it's nuance and layers to that, but bouncing back off what we heard happen Sunday to what we heard happen today, let's talk about the overall progression that we know that he's went through so far in training camp.
Well, yeah, yesterday was, everybody was like, it was his worst day out there. He was like 4-12 or 3-12 or whatever it was. And, they was throwing picks left and right, which I think for the training camp overall, all three quarterbacks can throw about 15 of them. And a lot of the beat reporters are saying that's more interceptions than the team had all year when the games is real. So, I mean, you got to take it with a grain of salt. I mean, for myself personally, I'm not looking at how many passes he completes. I mean, I'm not no stat head or no analytics guy. Um, I'm old school. I grew up in a time where the numbers for stats was important. It's just overblown in some things. I mean, I know you got a metric for this and for that. They got a metric for everything. But I like to see what's going on the field. And as I was thinking about it today, I kind of thought back to the old '90s Cowboys when they had
Okay.
Aikman quarterback position. Now Aikman wasn't like the Dan Marinos and Steve Youngs at that time as far as putting up the stats. What I'm saying? He wasn't a stat guy, but he won. Now
Right.
I ain't saying that he's gonna be a stat guy. He could be, but Aikman made the right pass and he made the whole overall offense work. So if we're gonna look at Trey Lance this year in terms of managing and directing the offense and leading the offense, that was the analysis I came up with because what did Dallas have back when they were winning and were dominant teams? They had the run game with Emmitt Smith. They had that big offensive line, and they had that defense, and they
Right.
had good special teams. In a lot of ways, and I know for 49 fans, I ain't trying to compare nothing to the Cowboys, but I'm just saying this in terms of the overall talent. We know we got a defense. The special teams is going to be much improved. Wait, hold on.
Well, I agree with you as far as the special teams.
What you say?
because last year they
No,
definitely
I'm on a podcast.
they definitely wasn't up to par. But I think going forward, that'll be a place of improvement. As far as getting back kind of to Trey Lance, I think from the reports I heard today, he did real good as far as being in the pistol, working out of the pistol. And like I think the first play out of the pistol was that 65-yard touchdown. So looked like the 11 on 11 aspect is kind of working. And I know they're not going to show too much of it in the preseason, but I was glad to hear that they had some success, uh, to that degree against our defense. And you get back to
Yeah, yeah, no, and like I said, just with that analogy, all we need Trey to do is to manage the offense, go with the offense, and make the key plays at the key time. And we don't need, we're not expecting you to throw for 350, 400 yards every week. We know that. We're not
right,
expecting you to throw for 5 touchdowns. We know that. We need you to run the offense, get the ball to the playmakers. That's the one thing that Dallas had. That's why I said I thought about Troy Aikman. Look what they had in the 90s. They had Emmett Smith, had Darryl Johnson at the fullback. They had Novacek at the tight end. They had Alvin Harper. They had Irvin. They had the offensive line. All he had to do was get the ball to Emmett Smith running the ball. All we had to do was get the ball to Irvin and Harper and Novacek, and we know that defensively they were suffocating people, and then they had good special teams. Well, we got the same thing. We got a tight end. We got a fullback. We got running back. The
yep,
offensive line is looking better. They're going to have some big guys that's going to be athletically be able to move people. You got 2 good tackles. Now, they need to show up the center position, from that aspect. And I'm hoping that that's going to get resolved through the preseason. And like I said, the special teams is going to be improved. So all we need for Troy is to make the right passes, run the offense when they got the opportunities to score in the red zone. You saw in the practice reports I was able to see some of it. They they showed out of the pistol what he did, and we know Shanahan that they ain't gonna show nothing in the preseason. It's gonna be vanilla, and he ain't gonna play that much. He's gonna play a little bit Friday. Shanahan said he's probably not gonna play the second game, but we gotta focus in on those practices against Minnesota, and then
right.
he's gonna play a little bit in the third game, and then they're gonna have that little in between time before the regular season. So, man, all we need Trey is to do is to run the offense. Like I said, we don't need you to carry the team. We know you ain't at that level to do that. Now, there may be some games where you might have to throw it more than they want to, depending on how it shake out in the game. But
Right.
prior to that happening, man, and we didn't even call. And the beautiful thing about this, we're not even calling him a game manager because you ain't no game manager in the typical sense of a game manager. We know
Right.
you way special and more talented than that.
Nah, that's
So
real. That's real.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. We ain't talking about in a traditional sense of a game manager where we don't we you helping us win, but you ain't gonna cost us a game. Well, we know Trey way beyond that. We know he's gonna elevate the offense and take it to another level, and that's the thing, and that's why I like, and I guess because I watched in that era. Like I said, Aikman, when they needed to throw deep, they had the deep man to go deep. They had Alvin Harper. We know that Irvin was the receiver that caught everything else. And then the overtake was telling you, well, we got that too.
And
We
look,
got
bro,
Debo,
and
got IU.
I'm just about to say, let's go there because he threw the 10-yard touchdown to Debo. We need them to, I guess, build up that rapport that him and Brandon
Right.
Ayuk have been building up in the offseason. Everybody's saying Brandon Ayuk looked like the offensive MVP. You know what I'm saying? So to me, we got 2 legitimate, receivers. I know you're high on Jennings. Let's talk about Debo. What you expecting from him this year, and what you expecting as far as him and Trey Lance being able to connect and especially like in the red zone, because I think that could be a pretty good
Yeah.
little tandem in the red zone.
Well, first we know that they got to get the timing down because Debo was dealing with the whole contract deal, trying to get the bag. Well, we got that resolved. He got the bag, and let's props on. So now it's about them getting the timing. You've seen in a lot of training camp footage. They was working on the deep passes, but then today I think he caught the one in the red zone. So I think as they go on in the preseason, and especially, and I was thinking on that today, within that 2 week period that they're gonna have between the last preseason game and the first regular season game, you're gonna see the timing get there. And by the time that first game comes, they should be on point. And it's gonna come. Like Ayuk and him, they got that synergy right now. You know what I mean? Ayuk, and that's what I'm saying. Ayuk gonna be this boy about to take off. And man, I'm happy for him because, he came in, he had the COVID, all the struggles and, all of that. But now he didn't came to the party. So it's just no more weapons, you know what I'm saying? And
Hey,
Dwayne,
bro.
even though he didn't have struggle, he gonna come to the party. So I mean, man, these boys ready. That's what I'm saying. In a traditional sense, Trey ain't no game manager. He's way better than a game manager. But we just need you to play the game within the scheme and within the structure of what Kyle kind of do. And we know that Kyle got all these wrinkles that's going to come off of your ability.
That's what
And
I'm
that's
waiting
what
to
these
see.
going to be prepared for. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes us excited because we know that he got wrinkles. Now, they're going to incorporate some of the pistols. He's going to be able to get on the center. He's going to be able to in the shotgun. So there's so many things that you can do with him because of the abilities that he has. And that's why we knew on a lot of the levels that with Jimmy, and they don't knock Jimmy, he won for us. I'm giving him his props. But athletically and just overall playmaking ability, he was limited in a lot of
Yeah.
ways. So Kyle had to structure the offense of what he did best, which is that quick, short passing game. But now with Trey, it's being able to attack all areas of the field. We know he got to get better with the accuracy and the rhythm and the touch and all of that, but that will come the more he get reps. And so, while we don't want the overthrows or the missed easy completions, we got to kind of just take that as it comes. But
Right.
I've been saying all along, and this ain't a sprint. This is a marathon. Football is a marathon. It's about the journey of him getting better week in and week out as he plays and learning from the mistakes. And you could see it today. And all the beat writers said it too. Okay, yesterday he had a bad day. Well, he went and watched the film. He saw where he went wrong and he came back. So the good thing about him is that he ain't making the same mistake again or twice or whatever you want to call it. So, man, look, at the end of the day, we got everything in place for him to be successful, and we should have an expectation that offensively we're gonna be better. We know, he may have some struggles, and we can't get frustrated because we know he's just starting out. But in a big scheme of things, that's gonna be the process that's gonna get him to where we want him to get. And really, all we want him to do is be peaking at playoff time. Come playoff time, God willing, to really make this run, because if everything else is what we know is going to be, the defense going to be there, the special teams going to be there, and the running game going to be there. That's 3-4 teams that we know God willing consistently going to be there. He's the final missing piece that we've been waiting for to come to take us over the top. And so we just got to bring him along, and as he comes along and gets better week in and week out and learns from the mistakes, and like I said, by playoff time is peaking, man, I don't care who is in that playoff in the NFC. Ain't nobody going to deal with us come playoff time. They saw it last year. Nobody going to deal with us last year. We really wasn't at full strength in a lot of ways. So,
Real.
like I said, man, we got a lot to look forward to, even in his progression and even in some of the growing pains that he's going to have. We just got to stay the course and just know that he's going to get better week in and week out. And like I said, by the time the playoffs come, if he's playing his best and then we elevate around him, and the things that we know is going to be the foundation of the team is just as strong and peaking at the right time, we got as good a shot as anybody else to get to that championship and win it. So we ain't got nothing to lose, man. Like all 32 teams of the league, they going to win it. Now, we know they ain't going to really have it, but we know we in that conversation of the one of the few teams that really got a legitimate chance to do something. So, like I said, man, training camp is where he honing and polishing, and all of the players saying it in all of the press conferences. The growth, the maturity, the command, and that's what beyond the stats and all of that that is most encouraging. He's taking command of the offense. He's taking command of the team. You got the respect of the team. You got the respect of the offense and the defense. They know he's putting in the work. He the first in the building. He the last one out of there. He in the
Right.
film room. He in the room. You know, he got the relationship. So he's doing everything within his own natural God-given ability to be what we need him to be. Now it's just about going on the field. So we just going on a journey with him just in terms of that. And we know that ultimately we gonna win a championship with him because he can only get better. His ceiling is off the chart, and a lot of people say when their struggles yesterday, that's his floor, the inconsistency with the touch and all of that. Well, he ain't really played for 1 year of college, so
Right.
you know it's kind of like a diamond, you know, that's got to be polished. You know what I'm saying? Still rough around the edges, but you see all this potential. So we look at the potential and know that there's going to be the growing pains at the same time.
All right. I guess the emergence of Brandon Ayuk, like we kind of touched on that a little bit. They said practice
Okay.
today they had a 3rd and 22. Trey Trey stepped up, rolled out, uh, hit him for a 25-yard completion and move the sticks. So all that's very
Mm-hmm.
encouraging. But let's hit on the backfield a little bit. Everybody know about Elijah Mitchell. Had a pretty good year. Looking for him to build on that. But lately, the last 2 practices, we've been hearing about the OG, I guess, in the running back room. Jeff Wilson. You hear me? Say he been
Yeah.
looking real good, and we know that. I guess fundamentally, I guess he's just a sound back. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and somebody who Kyle could trust. Trey Sermon, I heard he been looking pretty good too. So as far as the running
Mm-hmm.
backs, bro, we know it's gonna be a running back by committed thing, and we expected them to
Yeah.
be a big part of the offense as far as stabilizing things, but Trey don't have to do too much. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
do you expect Jeff Wilson? Because for a little minute, I was kind of thinking possibly the odd man out. Who you thinking gonna ultimately be the odd man out, or who they gonna try to move to the practice squad or something? And before you answer, let's give a shout out to the Always 24 7 crew. I see they hit us up in the comments. I know that's your boys. Some great guys. Every time I didn't rock with them, showed me a lot of hospitality. So appreciate them for checking us out, and just wanted to shout them out real quick.
Yeah, before I answer, yeah, that's my family. You know, I told Mark and the crew we was gonna be on tonight, so I know everybody watching and go with them tomorrow. They're gonna be on, and I'll be on with them, and they're gonna have a special guest on. I'm not gonna say who it is. I'm just let that come
Y'all
out
make sure
tomorrow. So
y'all make sure y'all tune in and check it out.
y'all tune in tomorrow. Yeah, it's gonna be nice tomorrow. So yeah, that's my family, man. You know that's my people. So yeah, man, much love to them, and looking forward to coming on with them. And I'm thankful they watching us tonight. But no, man, if we gonna tell the truth about, and I'm gonna jump on BA for a minute. If we tell the truth about Ayuk, it's his time to shine. You know, it's his time to become what we knew he could become when we drafted him in the first round. And he about to show the league that y'all gonna roll that coverage to Debo, and I'm gonna kill you every day. I'm gonna kill you every time. And he about to be a problem. Like Debo said, he about to be a problem. Well, Brandon Ayuk about to be a problem for y'all too. It's gonna be hard for y'all to cover both receivers because, like I said, Debo got the respect of the league, so the coverage gonna have to go to him.
Right.
Ayuk, both of the league know Ayuk nice, but they really about to find out how good he is. And when this boy blow up, you're gonna have problems with your coverage. Because who you gonna guard? You gonna roll your coverage to Debo and he will be killing you. Then when he start killing you, gonna have to shift that coverage. Well, you're gonna be picking your poison out there. So you
Don't
got to
forget
give
about
Ayuk his
Kittle in the
props.
middle.
And that's what I'm saying, man. We got so many weapons. Who you gonna defend?
And say, bro, and that's one thing. I'm gonna let you get back to your point, but that's what to me, when they throw out these narratives about Trey Lance, that's why I say it's nuanced. Who is he throwing the ball to? You know what I'm saying? A lot of drops too. You know what I mean? So when they throw these numbers out, like, it just kind of be mind boggling to me. But go finish your point, my man.
Yeah, well, no, like I said, with Ayuk, just like I said, with him emerging and becoming the receiver that we know he is gonna become, then that's just another weapon that defenses gotta deal with. And the beautiful thing about Kyle is Kyle gonna scheme them open, but they just got, to me, it's a natural ability now that his confidence and his God-given talent is gonna take him over the top in addition to the scheme.
Right.
So you roll to get coverage to Debo because, like I said, you got to give Debo his props for what he did off of last year. So defense gonna give to him and Kittle. So now this is where Ayuk and Jennings come to the party. And when they come to the party, then, okay, what do you do? Okay, we trying to take away who we know is a threat. Now these dudes can become threats. So now we got to start shipping our defense to them. So now it makes Debo and Kittle more dangerous. So, like I said, if we telling the truth about Ayuk about to become that star receiver that we have expected him to become. Now, as far as a running back, if we telling the truth, we know Elijah Mitchell didn't earn Kyle Truck. And he done got a little bigger, more strong, but he healthy, so he the lead back. If we telling the truth about Jeff Wilson, well, Jeff, we know what you could do, and we know Kyle trusts you. So I don't see where he don't make the team. I think if we telling the truth about the undrafted free agent Mason, I think if he shine in the preseason, he might get a spot, or they're gonna try to get him to the practice squad. Now, Trey Sermon, to tell the truth about him, I'm rooting for him. You got to come to the party. Now, your mentality and your body and everything else, you didn't realize that, man, I got to step up. So there's a big preseason for him. You got to, when your number is called, when your name is called, man, you got to come on and toe that rock and hit them holes, get that one cut. Don't be dancing back there, but be decisive in what you're trying to do. That's where you weren't last year. Okay, well, you didn't have a full all season and growth in the system and get your mind and your body right and everything else. So now we need you to show why we drafted you in the third round, because they got the boy from LSU, Price, who got that size and that speed too, and is that physical running back. So he not gonna not be on the team. So if we telling the truth, it's gonna be running back by committee. If we telling the truth, even Hasty in the mix, because he that third down back who the little catching running back, the shifty running back. And Kyle like that change the pace back too. And you know that Uset is gonna be a jack of all trades type as well. And they're gonna incorporate him in the passing game. So man, this is the beautiful thing about this. If we telling the truth about our offense as far as the skill position, this is the best skill position offense that Kyle has had. That's why he got confidence. And this is why I make the analogy of Trey being like Troy Aikman. All we need you to do is make the right pass, bro. Make the right read, bro. Just make the right decision. Run the offense. We don't need you to do nothing. And this is the thing. Troy ain't going to do nothing outside of that. He ain't going to try to be no hero out there.
Right.
He ain't going to try to make something happen if it's not there. Now, like I said, he's going to make some mistakes. He might throw a pick because he saw something in the defense make a play. You got to give the defense their props. They're professionals too, and they got good defenses he's going to be going up against. But it ain't like he's going into the game with the mentality, man, I got to do this. I got to throw for 500. I got to throw for 5 touchdowns. No. You run the offense. You make the plays that's there to be made, and then in the crucial moments, and you saw that in the training camp when they was down 24-20, and Kyle had them in that situation. He drove them down the field, and they got the touchdown and win the game. You just said it in the reports that they had today. When they was 3rd and 22, he got 25 yards. That's where we need him to be his best. In the crucial moments, in the third down, in those situations where we need you to make a play to either win us the game or extend the drive or to close the game out. Real. If you do that, with everything else we have, we going to win games because we built to win the type of game that we want to play. Ain't too many teams in the league that's as physical as we are. So if you want to play our style, you better have the type of team that can play that. Most teams ain't rocking like that. So that's what I'm saying. We don't need Trey to be the hero. And he had the mentality that, no, he ain't trying to be the hero. Okay, yeah, if he can go down and, get a game-winning drive, we're going to be happy as hell. But at the end of the day, we just need you to run the offense. Yeah, if we was down and you was able to go down and do that, then yeah, that's a feather in your cap. That's a notch in your belt. But we just need you to run the offense. We just need you to get the ball to the playmakers that we have. Because if we get it in their hands, we know what they can do. And the beautiful thing about Kyle is he knows the strength of all of the players on offense. And he's going to design an offense to get the ball to Debo, to get it to IU, to get it to Jimmy, to get it to the running back out of the backfield. He's going to use Raven McLeod. He's going to use Danny Gray. He's going to use all of the chess pieces that's available to him to make the offense work. All we need you to do is just orchestrate. You just like to conduct that orchestra, bro. We just need you to be stroking the right note and hit the right keys out there and let everybody else play their part. And if you do that and we win, that's all we ask. Now we know there's gonna be a moment where he's gonna have to make that play. And that's where the people that's negatively talking against him or coming with that negative narrative gonna say, well, he ain't gonna be this or this or that or whatever. Well, number one, we know that time gonna come. He's gonna have to stare down a gun barrel, so to speak. But in that, if he come through and make the plays, then where's your narrative? You know what I'm saying? Where's your narrative of saying that he can't do it or he couldn't make the crucial throw? Okay, now there may be a throw that he made that maybe could have won the game, and I always say God forbid that might lose it. So then there's going to be that narrative, but that doesn't mean that he ain't going to be able to make the play in a crucial moment. So, like I said, man, all we need him to do is just run the offense, make the plays that need to be made. We don't need you to be a hero out there. We just need you to do what you do within the offense and let the whole team do their part, and then we gonna win more games than we gonna lose.
Hey, bro. You mentioned Danny Gray and Ray McLeod. I think ultimately, Kyle gonna scheme it up. So I think the shot's gonna be there. Heard Danny Gray, I guess, been having a little a little struggles. Ray, been impressive. From what I've heard, because he's more than just a special teams guy. But let's transition to the O-line, and then we could get to the defense. McGlinchey, I heard his presser. He say I guess, wearing his comfortable playing weight or the weight that he played best at. Ultimately, we got to see what that looked like again. But the guy Mills, who they brought in, backup tackle, I heard been looking real good, especially in his one-on-one reps. And I think he's a good pass blocker. So O-line, bro, I think that's our most questionable spot on offense. You think they're gonna be able to shore it up pretty well? Do you expect McGlinchey to possibly lose his job? Am I over speculating? What you think?
Well, if we tell the truth about the offensive line, this is the area where everybody as a 49er fan is concerned.
Yes, sir.
And they're concerned, because we got Trey Lance, and we don't want nobody to get hurt. We don't want him to get hurt, especially,
No, brother.
So, but, a lot of I'm not going to say negative narrative to start training camp was they was getting whipped up front. Well, a lot of times the defensive lineman getting past you if you ain't got pads on. You can't really block if you ain't got pads on.
True.
So, and then you've been hearing lately that in a lot of the one-on-ones, Aaron Banks been winning his matchup. Burford is really coming to his own, and a lot of people are saying, man, they stole him as a draft pick. He's turning into a steal in the draft. He's been holding his own, and also the undrafted free agent center Pope have been winning his matchup. And so, as far as McGlinchey goes, you tell the truth about McGlinchey. We know McGlinchey came into the league as a good run block. Pass blocking, maybe not the best, but good enough. But for him, it's about the weight. What is your comfortable playing weight? Now, I think when he first came in the league, he was whatever weight he was coming out of Notre Dame, that was the right weight because he was able to anchor and pass protection. He was able to be dominant in the run game. But then he dropped a lot of weight his second year, and then he was getting run over. He was getting run over by defensive backs. So we saw that. And everybody like, man, how you get lifted by defensive backs, bro? You offensive tackle.
Yeah, that was rough, bro. So, multiple times.
right. So, and then he got hurt. Well, then before he got hurt, he had kind of put on more weight and was kind of getting back to himself. Now, I don't know what his playing weight is or what the ideal weight for him is, but the main thing for Mike is to be able to move people in the run game, but in the pass game, anchor against quicker defensive ends, be able to move your feet adequately enough, but have the size and the weight and the strength not to get boiled over, preferably by defensive backs.
That damn bull
So
rush was killing
I'm
him.
confident, yeah, and getting bull rushed, get manhandled. Because, you'll be trying to use your feet to get to the spot, against a quicker guy, but then they come with that power and then you still get run over. So they said he didn't kind of refine his technique. He didn't kind of, improve with his footwork. So it's just gonna be him playing. We know he's healthy, so that's good. I think they're gonna be fine. I think Buford's gonna be the right guard. He's gonna be the right tackle because we know on the left side Trent gonna hold it down, and Aaron Banks, have been doing well. Now I know in some of the reports they say, because
He been getting whipped.
uh, yeah, he be getting whipped at times. They're getting bull rushed because I guess I don't know if it's his size or his technique or whatever the case may be. But in most cases, he winning more than he lose. And on some level, as offensive lineman, you're gonna win some and you're gonna lose some, especially when you start playing against these type guys. So I think the main thing that I said for him was he just need to get every rep. They invested a second round pick in you. They traded up. They let Lakin Tomlinson go because they invested in you. So we knew you were going to be the left guard from jump. We knew you were going to get all the reps, and that's what you need. So even in a preseason, I know they're not going to probably pay him a lot, Friday, but we need to see y'all out there. And what I'm looking for Friday is telling the truth. Is, man, I want to see y'all get a hat on a hat. Can you move your man? Can you, if they call that zone, that outside zone run, can you get your initial block and get to the second level and, create that hole,
Right.
On both sides, so, if we tell them the truth about the offensive line, really, I think the center position is what they got to get showed up. It's either Brunskill or it's Brent. Now, my personal preference is go with Brent. Go with the more natural center. To me, that just makes sense. Don't go with Brunskill, even though we know he can play guard and he's proven and
Yeah, he
have played multiple positions and we know he's gonna be on the team because of his value. But y'all was talking Brindle up the whole time. Y'all was talking Brindle up that he was athletic and he's this and that or whatever. Well, if that's the case, let him get all the reps. Let's see what he could do in the preseason, especially. Give him run so that you could see it. And if he is able to do it, then let him be the full-time starter to get the continuity of the line. So, if, like I said, to tell the truth, we kind of cautiously optimistic about the offensive line. We know they got some young players that they drafted, that in the draft the last 2 years that they got promising. You still got McKivitz, you still got Jalen Moore. So they got bodies, and this is the most depth they had on the offensive line since Kyle been there too. So you got some players that can, potentially be starters or be good backups after your starter. So that's a good thing. So let's just see how the preseason play out. Let's see how they perform. But if we say today the starting offensive line should be Trent Williams, it's going to be Banks. I would like Brungle to be the center, and on the right side, Buford and McGlinchey. I think if you roll with those five, then we got a solid offensive line. And we hope that by the time the regular season starts and they start playing games, as they get each week, they'll get better and better because I'm looking at this from, the regular season. Let's go ahead and keep getting better every week, win games so that then by the time the playoffs come, the offensive line is intact, trade roll and the defense and everything is hitting because we're going to have to be at our best to get to where we want to get. So The offensive line and Trey in a lot of ways got to come together and go together. So by the time we get to the end of the regular season, we'll be able to see them playing at their best.
All right, we can flip to the D line. Off the bat, Javon Kinlaw. Yeah, he been having a good camp. Look, I heard he been looking real well. Real good. And I think that definitely bodes well for the defense, seeing as though we let go of our guy DJ. But let's start from the D line. Kinlaw, like I say, been having a good camp. Yeah, you're right, bro. I'm with you. Look, Team Kinlaw, baby. That's right. So let's just talk about the D line a little bit, bro. Kinlaw, and for me, Jackson. You know what I'm saying? The rookie. Heard that boy looking pretty good too. I listened to Ebukam really talk about him and his bend and what he think he could do, and he was really glowing when he was talking about it. I kind of expect big shit from him. Like, I think he could probably get like 8 sacks or something, seeing as though both are gonna be both, and you know what I'm saying. So talk about the D line, and then we gonna get on them cornerbacks.
Okay, well, if we tell them the truth about the defensive line, boy, they scary, and they gonna be terrorizing Justin Fields come week 1, bro. That's just being honest. Let's just be honest. The truth is, man, we got the deepest defensive line in football, I think. And for Kinlaw, I'm happy for Kinlaw because we saw what he was at South Carolina. We saw what he could do with his size and just be able to tie up blockers, but get that penetration. Okay, well, we know he had some injuries and knee issues coming out. And, you know, unfortunately, he haven't been able to play, but he finally, you know, he got the surgery and got his, you know, medical situation straight, and now he's healthy. And so they're building him up for the regular season. I don't expect that he's going to play a lot in the preseason.
Right.
I mean, even not at all. I think he's going to just basically just try to build him up for the regular season. I think I said it on Always Say for 24/7 show. We need Kinlaw. The best version of Kinlaw for us is him and Allstate inside. He's tying up 2 blockers, which go free up Allstate to go 1-on-1. And if we can get 50 tackles out of Javon, if we can get 5 or 6 sacks out of Javon, we winning, because if you tying the 2 blockers, it's freeing up Fred, it's freeing up Aziz, it's freeing up Dre to eat everything else.
Yeah, just come on down here.
And what's going to happen is because we so good defensively, because the Armstead, and this is a beautiful thing too, not ever got one position that he's going to be in, and that's right next to Kinlaw. Well, he got more of a name than Javon. So who you go double? So on some level, if Javon is healthy and playing with the confidence that he have, him 1-on-1 against a guard, that's not a good look for the guard. So who do you double? Do you double Javon and then you let Armstead be killing you inside, or you double Armstead and then y'all sleeping on Javon with his quickness and just his sheer size, and he's in the best shape of his life, and he's hungry and he's motivated? See, this is the thing, man. Dude, if he play the way that he's capable of, ain't too many people going to be able to run against us because of the linebackers and just because of our defensive ends. See, every time and Bosa and Drake Jackson and Toure and who else they got on the Jordan Willis? All these books, but see, they're not just pass rushers. They play the run too. They set the edge. So it's gonna be hard to run inside because you got Javon clogging it up. It's gonna be hard to run outside because not only do they pass rush, but they set the edge, and you got 3 linebackers that's quick and run to the ball, and our cornerback, and our safety physical. So, bro, where you gonna run? And then we ain't even talking about when you 3rd and long and they can keep coming at you. Like it's like a tidal wave. It's like the waves keep coming and you never stop. You know what I'm saying? So if you getting 3rd and long and you 3rd and 17 and these boys can pay their ears back, and we got the coverage now that's gonna be able to lock you down. Man, most of them might get 20 sacks. Easy.
Right.
Because most teams will still double him, which is going to free up every time, which is going to free up Nick Jackson, which is going to free up Hugh, which is going to free up, all of these other guys, Torre and all of these other guys.
Right.
So, yeah. So, and always faithful saying it now. It's going to take for offensive lineman a block both in Kinlaw. That's going to lead onset in every time for sacks. That's what I'm saying. Who you going to double? Who you going to block? You can't block them one-on-one because they're better than you, both offensive lines. So that's what I'm saying, man. These boys, man, if we telling the truth, and I'm going to keep saying it, Justin Fields, bro, it's going to be a long day for you, bro. It's going to be a real long day for you. These boys coming. It's like jackals, dog. They sniff that prey and that blood, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So, man, all I know is they could lead the league in sacks. And truthfully, if everybody stay healthy, they could lead the league in sacks. And it was Jackson. Jackson is just reaping the benefits because we don't need you to start. You just gonna be coming in with one job, and that's
Right.
just pass rush.
Yeah, just paying.
And then you got the bend and athleticism too, and you got the size to play the run. So it ain't like you just one dimensional. You gonna be able to do both. So when you coming in certain packages or certain downs, you coming in with one thing. And that's just to go ahead. And I ain't even talking about Kevin Givens and the dude come back from Seattle that was there and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm missing names. That's just how many names they got. So man, you could just rotate a 4 in and 4 out and keep them fresh. And that's just gonna wear on the offense throughout the whole game, really.
Well, check this out. On that level, we know that the pass rush tied to the coverage, and the coverage tied to the pass rush. They call it mirrored or whatever. I think of it like basketball being on the string.
All right.
Can we? I don't. I'm kind of hesitant to say it, though. I kind of feel it could play itself out to be so. Right? Could we say we have like shutdown corners? And I'm kind of hesitant to say E-Man is a shutdown corner. I think he's a pretty good corner who is improving, and this year should really tell a tale for him on what he's gonna be. We know what Ward has been. We've heard about what he's been doing so far through camp, and we already kind of know what we're gonna get from him more or less. But looking at the secondary, bro, do we finally have like a real a Legion of Boom situation happening here? You know what I'm saying? Well, we got the safeties, the corners, and we can really get after some people in the secondary and get some turnovers, bro. We need turnovers.
Well, I'm gonna say this. If we're gonna tell the truth, I ain't gonna say they're gonna be on a Legion of Boom. They were special. You had Sherman his prime. You had, I think that was Browner that they had when he was good. They had Thomas at the safety, and they had Chancellor. That was a pretty good folk. So I ain't gonna say they're the Legion of Boom. We don't need them to be the Legion of Boom. We just need them to be the best version of themselves. Now I'm gonna say this: this is the best secondary that they didn't have since Kyle been there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I gotta give props to Tart. You know what I'm saying? Tart was a damn good safety for him for all of the years that he was there. And
wish he was there now with these damn cornerbacks they got.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Tavares Ward had the capability to be that shutdown corner. I think he's gonna be that shutdown corner. He came from Kansas City, so he know playoff success, he know Super Bowl success. This is time to shine and be in the spotlight. They gave him the bag, but his mentality ain't, okay, you gave me the bag, I'm going to rest on that. I saw an interview that he did with Matt Mayoko, CSN Bay Area. Might have been last week. It was excellent. Just his mentality and his mindset. Now, if we're going to tell the truth about E-Man going to get a lot of the balls thrown at him because of the respect award. But people sleeping on E-Man. I think E-Man gonna make plays because he have been with Ward and have picked up his technique with the press coverage. And like Ward was saying, I see how E-Man deal with the off man, and he didn't help incorporate that in my game.
Right.
They both mirroring off of each other. They both learning from each other. So where maybe E-Man was kind of deficient in terms of the press with the technique, now he got confidence to know, okay, I got somebody I can rep it with, and I could watch their film, and they could, learn from me playing off, and he building my game, and I'm building his game. And then if it's tied together, like you say, on a string or it's mirroring with the pass rush, well, the quarterbacks ain't gonna have a lot of time to be getting it off anyway. They're gonna have to get it out quick. So if you playing your technique and you reading the keys, you should be able to jump ball. I think now, as much of it is that the pass rush is gonna be good, they're gonna be able to take more chances because they got confidence to do it now. It's one thing when you, like last year per se, most of the coverages was off, whether it was E-Man, Amber Thomas, whoever they had in there. And praise the Lord, they had to be with Josh Norman in there. When they tried to play press man with Josh Norman, he was getting smoked out there.
Oh
So
God, yeah,
I'm not trying to bring up no bad thoughts or memories, y'all. Just say
yeah.
that. Well,
I'm scorned.
now, yeah, yeah, now there, it to me, much of it is their technique and talent. It's their confidence. It's kind of like almost when your boy came and when they brought in Quan Alexander
Mm-hmm.
for the Super Bowl year. It wasn't that he was the best linebacker. He was athletic and could go sideline to sideline and make plays, but he brought a swagger and a confidence. He brought Fred Warner out of his shell and gave him the swag he running with now.
And I
So
hope
if you
that's what
think
Ward's
about,
doing for the secondary,
yeah,
bro. I'm with
and that's the point I'm trying to make. Yeah, that's the point I'm trying to make. Ward coming with that swagger to be like, man, look, I know I'm a top dog. I'm being paid like a top dog. I'm about to show Kansas City that, you know what? Thank y'all for the opportunity. I want to ring with y'all. Y'all gave me the playoff experience. Now I'm coming to a team where they want me to be the lockdown man. I'm going to show y'all I'm a lockdown man. I'm going to be the lockdown man. And then
right.
Jimmy Ward, his swag up. He the leader of the secondary back there. Who finds he got his communication up. He's stepping up. Tavarius Moore. He making plays. He healthy. So if we talking about the truth of the secondary, this is the best secondary that they didn't have. We gonna see them taking more chances and jumping more balls. And we ain't even talking about Jason Verrett. If he could ever stay healthy, and if they bring him back healthy, whenever
My
they bring
God.
him back healthy, come to the party healthy. Man, that's another corner. Then they talking about the rookie Womack making plays. Then they talking about your boy, who
Castro.
gonna be the not Castro Fields, your boy, Denard.
Oh
That he,
yeah.
Denard. So
He got to show me though, bro. I ain't really sold. I heard he got all the
that's what I'm
talent,
about to
and
say.
so
Yeah,
yeah, he got to
that's
show
what
me
I'm
the
about to say.
money.
With him, truth of it is, yeah, you came in then and you made the plays in a Ram game and you were solid. But you a pro. You a pro's pro. You've been in the league for a while, and maybe this might be the right fit for you. You got one specific role you're gonna be in, and you know, if we tell them the truth, okay, then play your role, know your role, so on and so forth, and do it to the best of your ability.
Right.
With that, and we don't need you to be the hero. Just be solid. Because like I said, while K-Wine was played inside all the time, K-Wine, we knew what K-Wine was. He was going to tackle, he was going to blitz, and he was going to make the timely plays, and he was going to get some picks. And that's what he did. And if you do even half of what he did, then we'll give you a thumbs up. We'll give you a prop. So
Hell
if we
yeah.
tell the truth about the secondary, man, the secondary good. The secondary is going to be the best secondary they're going to have. I think they're going to be more aggressive. They're going to jump more balls. They're going to take more chances and trying to get interceptions. And if the pass rush is what we know it's going to be, well, then the quarterback going to have to get rid of it a step quicker. And then that should give you more opportunities to get balls. And when you get your hands on them, get them and make plays with them. And so I think they're going to see the interception and maybe even get some house calls. And if they get some house calls, then that just make the defense better.
Well, yeah, bro. I'm with you, Mark. I totally agree, bro. We definitely need to get those picks. Like if the D line getting that pressure, like y'all say, that should kind of speed up the clock. They trying to get rid of it. We know quarterbacks don't really won't get hit, and hopefully
Mm-hmm.
we could get that ball, or even if it's just from good sound coverage. Let's definitely get some turnovers. We could get the ball back to the offense. We could either
Mm-hmm.
dictate the clock through running, ground and pound, or just put up more points. But let's try to reward each other. You know what I'm saying? Offense go, defense go, get that ball back. Let's put some more points on the board. Uh,
Exactly.
Before we get out of here, bro, we got Green Bay, Friday, right? It's Green Bay, Minnesota, and Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle
Yeah.
said they should play the first and the third game. Me personally, depending, I guess, on how they move the ball, I'm expecting maybe 2 series. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Let them get a couple reps. I don't know who will be out there with them. I'm figuring a couple of starters, but not everybody. Uh,
All
just tell me what you're looking to see out of them for the first game. I know we really gonna kind of break it down more Thursday, but just tell me what you're looking to see a little bit for the first game.
Well, we telling the truth about the first preseason game. The main thing is, and I was thinking on that today, that it was going to depend upon, okay, if they get the ball first, then maybe Kyle, depending on how they do with the first couple of plays, it might go a series. I think the best case scenario would be they get one series, they get some points, get them out of there. Trey
Right.
and whoever going to start. We know everybody ain't going to play offensively, defensively. So let's just see, the starters play the series. Let's see some success, preferably no injuries. And let's see the running backs and offensive line. Let's see the rookies. Let's see the undrafted free agents. Let's see the people that's battling for a spot. Make the most of the opportunity. And then going forward with Minnesota and then going forward with Houston, type of thing. Now I'm gonna just tell the truth about the special teams. I think the special team is gonna be better because we got the Ray McLeod and Danny Gray and I think, the guy from Seattle. Seattle always had good special teams under Pete Carroll, and that coach was under
Real.
Pete Carroll for a long time. So we should have improved coverage units. Robbie Gold and Pepper and Wisnowski should be silent. Now let's go with Wisnowski. We could get more hang time and down and inside the 20. So we can pin offensive back so we can get them short fields for Trey once the defense get those 3 and out. If you're telling the truth about the linebackers, which we can talk about the linebackers, we know we got 3 of the best in the league,
Oh
sideline
yeah.
to sideline, in the run game, covering everything in the passing game. So it's going to be hard for tight ends and running backs to do anything in the passing game or the running game against us. And, so overall, if we're telling the truth about the team, just the best roster that Kyle and Donnie put together, the deepest roster they didn't put together, the most talented roster. Now, it's just about them going out, having that hunger, that desire to be great, which which they clearly saying that in all of the press conferences. That's a vibe of the team and the energy that's on the team. And so we got, like I said, as good of a chance as anybody to get to the Super Bowl and win it, to compete for it. And now it's coming down to going out there and playing and seeing what Trey gonna bring to the party. But like I said, all we need Trey is to be the orchestrator. We don't need you to be the hero, bro. We just need you to orchestrate this thing. And if you orchestrate this thing and play your role and do what you do, we gonna win more games than we gonna lose, and we gonna be in the hunt come playoff time. And if we right come playoff time in all phases of the game, I wouldn't want players. I would just say that I wouldn't want players. So I'm excited. I think all of the 49er fans, Faithfuls is excited to see what this team gonna do this year. And so we know the future is bright. We got an open window to compete for Super Bowls and to be in the hunt for Super Bowls, and that's all we can ask for.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, on that note, bro, we gonna cap it off. Y'all make sure to like the page, man, share, subscribe, hit us up in the comments. Shouts out to always Faithful 24/7. We had Justin Brown in the comments too. Y'all make sure y'all check us out Thursday. We'll be back. Tomorrow, y'all make sure y'all check out the Always Faithful 24/7 crew. And man, appreciate y'all rocking with us. On behalf of P Warrior _9 and myself, Benjamin, that's good. Slim good if you catch me in the streets. We gonna say bang bang to the gang, and we'll catch y'all Thursday.
Bang bang till we can't no more. Peace.
I know that's